Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
So we're going to be watching more Better Call Saul today. We're on episode 5 of season 3. And a wonderful fan of ours, Jerron, gave us lovely snacks on my end right now, but I will share eventually. I did eat 2 bags already. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Over the course of so many reactions. But thank you so much.
You.
I can't read a lot that's on here because it's all in Swedish, but I can read grill. That's one word I know. And the other one said cheese with a Z, so I knew that was for cheese. And very cool.
Right.
So thank you so much for being that thoughtful to send us fun
Yes,
stuff
thank
like
you.
this.
Yes, that's great.
It is great.
You didn't have to do that.
No, you didn't have to at all. We really appreciate it. Snacks are always fun. We are trying to diet, but this is such a wonderful thing that that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
And
and
It's like that.
across the globe. How great
across
is
the
that?
globe, I love that. Yeah, from a different country and stuff, and just
That's
like
right.
the
It's
different
wonderful.
graphics and the different tastes and everything. It's pretty fun. So thank you for this. Anytime you guys send us stuff, we will have it on the channel if you want us to. You know, we have some personal letters that are really sweet that I haven't read off yet, but if you guys want us to do that, we can. So thank you very much. This
Yeah,
really
very
means a lot to us. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, thank you. We had a mug. We had a couple cool mugs. That remember, like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul.
Yes.
That's
Kimmy?
right. Yes.
And wands.
And we got
Beautiful
awesome
wands.
That's
Harry
right.
Potter
Beautiful.
wands. So thanks for
Yeah.
those.
Did.
That
They
was
were
epic
really-
as well. The child. We got that little
Oh,
bobblehead.
yeah.
I
That's
pointed it. You guys can
right.
see it.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of little things now floating around the studios since the pandemic. We've been all
That's right.
at our own homes, and we have a lot of props in every home, so it's fun.
That's right.
So a lot of stuff going down in Better Call Saul, and now Jimmy, it was so awkward, and I hate how terrible it is between him and his brother. But
No,
it's like
it's
they have it out
terrible.
to, I don't know, to get each other, and Jimmy's just so betrayed, and yet I know he screwed his brother over, but how Chuck can't let it go, and he just keeps digging, and how sorry wasn't good enough, and he needed more, and just petty little
Yeah.
things just to prove a point to Jimmy. And
Yeah.
it's-
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Jimmy
it.
just wanted to pay the fine right then and there, and he's like, "Oh, well, actually, it's a few dollars more."
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
know. It was like really, it was like a couple dollars or something difference.
That's
I was
right.
like,
For
what?
sure.
And now Kim, even though we know she sides with Jimmy, like she was kind of trying, like she felt guilty. She was doing things she shouldn't have been doing when it came to her client and trying to win her client over to go with her. She's full on now just with Jimmy now that she doesn't work at HHM anymore. Because even with Chuck, like she was always intimidated or very respectful. And the time before when Chuck was confessing and saying, I know, Jimmy did this. And she knew that, we could tell by her face, but she still defended Jimmy. So now it's going even farther now where she's testing her ground against them. And, so I feel like there's going to be a lot more. Like it's so witty and stuff and how they go about things. So I feel like they're going to find ways. Now with Mike actually being in his house, that was great as
That's
the
right,
repairman.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, he
something,
was the
yeah.
handyman.
All those pictures. What's
That's
that
right.
about, guys? What do you
Yeah.
guys think? Why did he take those pictures?
They've got something
Some
up
kind of
their
plan.
sleeve,
There's some kind of a
especially
plan
when
there.
they know that Chuck had a duplicate copy of that tape.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they know that. They took pictures of the interior of
That's right,
the
yeah.
house
Yeah.
around the doors. So they've got something up their sleeve.
The one thing that stood out to me was the newspaper with the lantern on top. So it's almost like a hazard, like
Yes.
a fire hazard.
Okay.
So almost
Oh.
like
Like,
saying, is he capable of like being rational? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
That's
maybe
right,
he
they're
did
showing
something with
everything,
the
yeah.
tape, or he's just maybe it wasn't. I don't know. They can even lie and say it wasn't Jimmy because it was his voice on the recording. I don't know. I don't know what they could do, but I think they're trying to show that he went insane or something and is not doing
right,
things
or he's not
appropriately.
capable of making,
Yeah,
Just
correct
logical
decisions.
decisions,
There you
yeah.
go.
Definitely.
I am curious. So this one now is called Chicanery. I think it's Sean Connery.
Chicanery.
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 Chicanery. Oh,
Trickery.
John Connery. Nothing even
Trickery.
close to that. But that's where my mind just went. I got really sad. He was so
Chicanery.
epic. So with this episode title, what does that mean?
Trickster, tricking.
Trickster, right? And so that
Oh,
would make
boy.
perfect sense. So Jimmy going against Chuck again. So shall we get into this one? See
Yeah.
what's gonna
Yes.
happen?
You would like to see what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
we have to see if Mike is going to take
I love Mike.
Gus's office too.
Yes!
Offer too.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so that was crazy with Hector being there. We know how bad he
Oh,
is.
yes, he is. Oh, he's horrible.
So that was the
In your face.
eye opener to be like, I need a guard.
Yeah.
Mike,
That's right.
do you want a job? Crazy.
Oh, my
So I
gosh.
can't wait to see more of that. All right, so 3:05.
Oh, he's sprucing the place up.
It looks like it's from 1967, but I think it'll work.
Just a sec, Jimmy. Thank you for being so
So when
careful.
he first moved in.
You sure this is the right play? I mean, in my experience, the bigger the lie, the harder it can be to dig out.
I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Drinking and cooking. Oh, yeah.
A little further.
2 hours ago, I take the sea bass out. No sooner is it prepped and resting than boom, power goes down. I get on the phone
So this
to
is
the
the
city.
lie.
Jeez. Yeah. So what do? We get out of here and go to a restaurant?
We could, yeah. But, dinner's almost ready.
I still can't get over Jimmy being a lawyer. I mean, who would have thought?
Not me.
That's for sure.
This place is the
I'll
same.
take care of that.
But, I shouldn't complain.
You're not complaining. You're observing. Did you finally get to see Salzburg?
Not yet, but next month after Vienna.
You said we'll never finish this.
And then we did.
So what's after Asia? Any plans for a stateside?
Oh, so you care so much.
I miss having one place to hang my hat.
She has her phone and he's
I'm
gonna
sorry.
take it.
No, I know that they're coming in late on bar 16. Yeah, got it. I will make sure that...
Oh, he's gonna go right next to him. Get up and go to the bathroom.
Oh, boy.
All right, sure.
He has to remove himself. Oh. It's her boss.
Andre?
Say something.
Tell her.
It is incredibly bad manners to answer
No.
a cell phone in company.
Oh,
It's
it's
very
not gonna-
rude.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
man.
Oh, seriously.
I'm gonna leave now.
It's getting late.
Look, if you won't tell her, then I will. No.
No, listen to
Not
me.
tell her.
Like, to let your love go and you won't even explain the truth?
Yeah.
She'd
Wow.
understand the corrupt vet.
This little fish.
Jesus, what are you doing, man? There's barely any oxygen in that bag. You're suffocating her.
Her? I need highly skilled, high-end, discreet, real pro.
You gotta fit him in a tight space?
I don't think so. I got just a guy then.
I always think
It
Mike.
goes from goldfish lover to
Yeah.
crimes.
I hate to be a buzzkill, but there is something you need to hear before we get any deeper in. It's about your former attorney, Charles McGill.
Now, whatever mud McGill is slinging is not gonna screw me out of the best outside counsel I've ever had.
Jesus, you did well.
Mesa Verde isn't involved in any way, shape, or form.
Or maybe.
And I'll see you tonight.
Okay, great. See you then.
But she's got to ask. So that's
Oh,
good.
boy.
What Jimmy did is unconscionable, yes. But one of my jobs is to safeguard the firm's reputation.
He deserves disbarment.
No,
course, that's
Howard,
what you
there's
want.
only one way forward.
He's always wanted that.
Let
Yeah.
justice be done, though the heavens fall.
But there is another side to this story. One not about calculation or ill intent, but about two brothers.
Jimmy demanded an audio cassette in Charles's possession, which Jimmy proceeded, with the help of an iron fireplace implement, to pry from Charles's desk.
It's tough.
You
Former
testified
boss.
you've known my client for some time.
He had a lot of get up and go. He was a hard worker.
You had a nickname for him, didn't you?
Charlie Hustle.
Charlie Hustle. He bootstrapped his way into a law degree while working in your mailroom. Did you consider taking him on as an associate?
We did.
Sounds like you didn't hire him. Why not? Nepotism. Your firm is Hamlin, and McGill, right? Who's the other Hamlin?
My father,
So Jimmy's own brother blocked him.
Objection. How are the hiring practices of Hamlin, McGill relevant here?
It's relevant to understand the relationship between these brothers.
Eventually, he was hired by the firm of Davis and Main. I'd be happy to say more about that, if you'd like.
No practice, and yet every single day, without fail, he brought his brother food, supplies, even his favorite newspapers. Isn't that right?
He did.
We need to know whether one lawyer attempted to tamper with another's evidence.
They're gonna find something after this. Like, it's gonna go all Chuck's way, and then something Kim's gonna find.
40 minutes last I checked. Shit. Okay, keep me posted. What are we doing? Stalling.
I love my brother. But Ted Kaczynski's brother loved him too, and he wanted to help. And sanctimonious.
I don't know.
The law is too important.
Oh crap, I made a mistake and go on with your life, but oh no! Wishful thinking!
So you do realize you just confessed to a felony? Yes. But you feel better, right? Besides, it's your word against mine.
I know everything.
Your phone, sir?
I left it in the car.
How we getting?
Okay. Put it on silent.
Excuse me.
Oh,
We know him.
Hey, that's
yes.
you.
He's the guy that was hired.
Can the court reporter hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you fine.
Mr. McGill, I'll try to be brief. What I would like to hear about is this tape. Would you say that you were in possession of your faculties?
But what you heard was theater, a performance.
Would you say that your illness affects your ability to think clearly?
No, it affects me physically. It causes me great pain.
Do you hate your brother?
This is what he was
Absolutely not.
practicing.
But what I know for sure is that the law is too important to be toyed with.
Oh, his exit. Oh.
Whoa.
Just to hurt him.
Please, stay.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. You've been sold a bill of goods, Rebecca. I want you to see what's what.
You know, she's gonna hate you when this is over.
Yep.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Fair enough. And I was in the wrong there, but still, I'd like to try and follow your story of why and how you recorded it. Must have hurt like hell for you to touch that.
There was a degree of discomfort, that's true.
Being inside of a disco ball.
As I've said, I was playing up my condition.
This is your house, right?
Yes.
So exposed wires. There's a camp stove. There's a lantern on top of newspapers. You call this normal? When the witness talked about his supposed play acting, allowing me to follow up on Cross is only reasonable.
Now Jimmy has outed me in front of you. You know why? To rattle me. Have I answered your questions to your satisfaction?
Ooh.
Do you have anything else?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. What does it feel like? You mentioned it's painful.
It is.
Does it hurt right now?
There's
Does he have his
always
phone on?
some discomfort,
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Electricity is everywhere in the modern world. The farther away it is, the stronger the source needs to be to have an effect.
So if I had a small battery thing and I got it close to you, close to your skin, you'd know.
I would feel it, yes.
Can you tell us where the nearest source is right now?
She's gonna say your pocket.
Jimmy, do you have something in your pocket? Just as I thought. There's no battery in here.
Yeah, you got me, Chuck. Dead to rights.
What do I have to do to prove it to you?
I don't know, Chuck. Could you reach into your breast pocket?
How would he know?
Battery.
He's
Mr.
got to explain
Chairman,
You
himself.
recognize that man in back?
Hour and 43 minutes.
An hour and 43 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Babineau.
I am not crazy.
Oh God.
I know he swapped those numbers. I knew it was 1216. One after Magna Carta, as if I could ever make such a mistake. Never. You think this
he's
is
gonna go
bad?
off.
This chicanery? He defecated through a sunroof. I saved
all
him.
right.
Took him into my own firm. And he gets to be a lawyer?
Oh.
I should have stopped him when I had the chance. And you have to
Okay.
stop him.
See?
All this old baggage. He drew it out of you.
I apologize. I lost my train of thought. You have anything else?
I'll do it.
No. Nothing further.
He hates doing it. Jimmy
Yeah.
hates doing it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's right. Oh, God.
Oh,
Whoa,
there's a good
whoa.
tour for
Woo.
Whoa.
That was
Years and
crazy.
years.
That's what good. Yes.
That really broke my heart seeing that. Like, they're both so clever.
Yeah.
And to
it's
what
really
lengths they
hurts him.
go. And like you said, Kim, like, it really hurt Jimmy to do that, but still, like, just to save themselves. I get it. Like, they're just against each other to win this.
That's right. Oh my gosh.
To go that far.
And Chuck is right. He is right with a lot of stuff. The
Oh, he
billboard.
is. Definitely.
You know, when he was a kid, he did steal from his father and that register. He did do the stuff, but
But did he steal the money?
Okay.
Because I thought he was accused, but he didn't actually steal the money.
he did. Remember the guy came in and he.
Oh, he did take a little bit. That's right. Afterwards,
he
because he
did,
was
yes.
a wolf, not a sheep. That's right.
right.
Yes, I do
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
And
Because I was
right
like,
then
that
and
guy
there,
stole
he
it, but
took
you're
from
right.
his-
Yes.
I don't know if he did it, you know, continuously thereafter, but he did take
Yeah, he
at
did.
one time, but $14,000
Oh,
was missing.
jeez.
But Chuck, that was it. Ever since he was 9, he's had it.
Oh,
in
gee,
for him.
yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
Oh my gosh.
Man, this was good. Like, that was hard to watch. And we knew Jimmy was going to do something there. And I was trying to guess, like, what Rebecca was going to do. And here, like, she's a kind person. And it
She
really
is very
shows
kind.
how Chuck is, where he wouldn't even tell her. He missed her. Like, they got divorced or whatever, separated. And then he had this disease happen. And he had too much pride because he doesn't want people to ever see him. Like, he wants to be highly respected all the time. Nothing's ever wrong with me.
That's right, yeah.
And Jimmy compared that to cancer because that's something that's not a mental, I mean, it could be a mental thing, but, you know, he doesn't want to be judged by his mental state at all because he's so smart. Like, he has so much pride there. So cancer is different, but this disease, you know, he doesn't want to be judged by it. He doesn't want, because no one's heard of it or whatever, so people most likely will judge him because it is different. It is bizarre, you know?
Yes,
So I thought Rebecca was going to have more of a role where, which wouldn't make sense, but like Jimmy talked to her and then she was going to confront him somehow and be like, yeah, he just yelled at me, he went crazy, and to show that he isn't in his right mind or something. But I'm glad it didn't go that way, that she really does care for him. And
She does.
You can
She's
tell
such
she
a
really
sweet
does, you
lady.
know? Yeah, she's a sweet lady.
And she'd be
For
there
sure.
for him.
yeah, and it's
yeah.
impressive.
And he didn't want pity. He didn't want pity
Never.
from her.
No.
And it's impressive how both brothers know each other so well and what to do to break the other down.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
You know,
it's
And,
really a
and
shame.
Chuck even knew, oh, the battery's not even there. You
Yeah.
know, so he was trying to stay one step ahead of Jimmy and vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to see Hugh there,
Jimmy.
that was so great
Oh,
to see
I
him.
saw
I was
it.
like, oh my God, I
yes.
get so excited.
Over there, but-
yeah.
Yeah, because it's a few years after the show took place,
Yes.
but it's like a
That's
prequel
right.
kind of thing. But
Yeah.
like that
Wow.
was fun to see him in this and to see him stealthy because we loved him in Breaking Bad, but we're like, does he do anything? You know, 'cause he's always just sitting there
He's
breathing.
going down the
My God.
stairs.
Or
Yes,
using your
yes.
bathroom or something.
He did do something.
So he was pretty stealthy there, so that was
Was he?
good. Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, where did he put the battery? So I was thinking that Jimmy had the battery in a different spot on his own person.
Yeah, I
not
thought he
on
put
That's
it
right,
on
yeah.
Chuck, and that
in
was
Chuck's lower
great.
pocket.
Yeah, for
To
him
put it
bumping in, that would make sense. Yeah, so that was perfect to
Yeah.
have it that close
Wow.
to him, and he didn't feel it to get
That's
tested.
something.
And it was hard too because you can't just bring up random facts. Like they all have to be part of this trial. Like you can't just
Yeah.
bring in random stuff. So it was very interesting to hear this. Like, oh, you can't go in a tangent about like how the relationship is when this is our focus.
Yes, you have
but
to-
it all had a purpose. Like it all built up
Yes, it
to
did.
this
It
bad
was very
scenario.
well orchestrated.
That's right, it
Even
was.
though his ex-wife was a little late, you know, it still was well orchestrated. It still got the point across.
Yeah.
And it's just pretty much under the committee of what's going to happen. I don't know what
Yeah.
they're going to do.
What do you think,
guys
Mom?
think?
I really don't know. I mean, it's you know, it's up to them. I really don't know. what
with
they're gonna
all the looks that we got, I truly think that Chuck lost when he unraveled and freaked out.
Probably,
Because even the
yeah.
people were like staring at him, and Howard was staring at him like, "Yep, you just sealed the deal there."
do. Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
100%
most likely.
think Jimmy won that case there.
And also it proves that Jimmy cares so much, the background of, he really cares about his brother, with that knowledge of history of caring for Chuck through thick and thin.
Mm-hmm.
And then leading up to the day of the confession, worried about his brother's health, with wrapping the whole inside with the Mylar and the space blankets and all that.
Yes.
He lied to him to make him feel better.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. I think he's going on top of the tangent that he went on. I agree that I think he's going to be off. I think he'll be off the hook. I don't think he's going to be disbarred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
And this
think
is
so.
this is gonna be it for their relationship. It's done. If it's not, if it hasn't been already, it's now.
Yeah, because I was like, how bad can this get? And it seems so bad right now. So I think if anything, I don't know. I want to say that maybe some time will pass where Jimmy will feel bad and try to reconnect with him, but I doubt it. I think this is it. You know, like they've just done so much bad together.
And I'm worried about Kim. Kim looked real. She didn't like her name being in that room at all.
Yeah.
But she was connected in it, you know. But she was on that tape and everything. Kept saying, I did it for Kim.
And it was smart too, because both of them know how to use words exactly to work their case. And even Howard was saying certain things about Kim, like dropping her name and putting it like almost like, or maybe Chuck did, I don't remember who did it, but almost like she knew about it the whole time, where she didn't. She was making sure that they said the right words, so that way they didn't manipulate it, even though it was still legal terms, so that way they knew that she wasn't involved, because they kept making it sound like she was involved, but she had no idea. During that whole thing until later on.
And that is
Jimmy
the
did
truth.
that.
She didn't know about it.
Yeah, so that's why she kept putting that up there, like, no, like,
good
you have
for
to
her,
change that.
Yeah.
So it's good that you have to listen like that, being a lawyer, and say your words right. So it was impressive seeing her go against these other major, I mean, even Jimmy's a major lawyer, like he's really good too. I mean, doesn't do everything right, but he's very smart and he knows how to work his case. So you have 4 epic lawyers going against each other. And I know Chuck, like, he's not being a lawyer at that moment, but he's using all the right terminologies and he knows exactly what to say. And it was just awkward. Like, it was like, holy crap, they were once friends. They were once, a family, but, they were closer, a lot closer. They all worked together at a certain point for a long time. And it's just crazy to see that happen. Like, everything just went downhill so much. So I felt really uncomfortable for Kim. And I don't know, I mean, all of them, but did you notice that Howard, it could have been just me, but he was smiling a little bit at Kim, like he appreciated her. Like he still had respect for her, even though all this went down this way. I don't know if you saw that or not, but when she first stood up and she buttoned her coat or buttoned her suit.
Oh, yes, that's what's good.
And walked up to him, he kind of had like a side smirk, and I didn't take it as, oh yeah, give me what you got. I took it as like, kind of not proud of you, or I don't know, but not that he wanted that to happen, but I think he was like, all right, yeah, you stand up to me, like, I don't know.
Right.
That's how I took it. I could be wrong.
And
for her.
Also on Howard's part, I thought he was like, this is ridiculous. When he was facing away from Chuck, he was like, this shouldn't even be a thing. And then he turned around and was, supportive to Chuck. But I kind of felt like he didn't even want to be there. He didn't even think this was going to have a leg to stand on. But he had a different perception.
And Howard,
to Chuck.
Didn't even want Chuck there. He's like, you're going to mess it up. So, and he was right, though. I mean, he didn't think that was going to happen. I mean, maybe he did to a certain extent, because he's like with the electricity and stuff. And he goes, I have to protect what we have. Like, that's my job.
That's right.
So, holy crap. So Howard was right. Different outcome, but so he was worried about something like that.
It's all because of Chuck and his pride.
Yeah, and Jimmy too. Like, I agree, and Jimmy tries to do it for the right reasons, but they're both bad at it. Like, they're both really bad. And we see how hurtful Jimmy is, because I know Chuck cares about his brother, but it's more about pride with Chuck. And that torments him. And Jimmy, it's more about trying to do the right thing the wrong way. And then that hurts him when he hurts the people he cares about. So they have 2 major focuses that are just really screwed up. And it just hurts both of them. Like, it hurts Chuck's pride and it hurts Jimmy's feelings, or, like, he feels guilty about hurting people he cares about. So with Chuck, you can see it in his face the whole time that Jimmy was like torturing himself. Like, he really didn't want to hurt Chuck, but he also had to protect his name and himself and Kim.
Yeah. And Chuck is very much all about perception of him.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything
Chuck,
has
yeah.
to be, I am superior. I went to the better school.
That's right.
I am the core kind of personality of what you need in an attorney. My brother has nothing to do with,
Yeah, he
there's
looks down.
no way on God's green earth that he should be an attorney because he doesn't have those core values.
Yeah.
And he just keeps trying to chip at him. And their relationship is dissolved now pretty much because of it.
Oh, definitely.
And yes, Jimmy he's a bad boy,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
Chuck also uses his emotions to get the best out of Jimmy.
Yeah.
He uses Jimmy's
That's right,
emotions,
Dan.
and he got him as far as this.
Again, like
Oh,
going back to
Jimmy.
Chuck, and he is in the right legally on what he's doing, but how obsessed and how far he would go to get results, like being crazy and like putting up all the space blankets around,
Obsessed with it.
the Mylar around,
He's obsessed
God,
with
yes.
getting at his brother.
make him
That's right.
feel like he's going crazy, so his brother would feel bad. Like to go that far out of your
Yeah.
way
Sure
to
did
really
feel
prove
bad.
a point.
Oh yeah, that was his goal,
right.
big
And
time.
Definitely.
a huge thing, and getting Ernie fired, trapping him as well. Like, oh, he's gonna
Oh, poor
rat, and then I
Ernie,
can fire
yes.
him, haha, because he did break the law or he broke our rules. So now I'm gonna fire him too, but he did what I wanted. So he also caged him or cornered him to do that. So that sucked. And going to the beginning of this episode with Rebecca, like he loves Rebecca, right?
Yes.
And to have so much pride that he doesn't want to be judged by her, it wasn't even about protecting her. It was his own self-esteem. Like he could not tell Rebecca. He was willing to lose her just to protect his identity and his pride, like just to be, he didn't want to be judged or have like a weakness about his mind or anything. So even though he says it's not about the mind, he knows it is kind of because he does lose it
Definitely
with
is.
it. That's
And
saying
Jimmy went
something.
along with it. He goes, "Are you sure you want to do this now?" And he did this elaborate dinner and this elaborate lie,
To help
and he had
him
candles
out.
all over to have the
Yeah.
ambiance of just, a nice romantic dinner with the
Yeah.
brother. But
Right.
just to cover everything up because of just a show. He just wanted a show. And everything is fine. And even going back to Chuck, he knew that Jimmy was going to come back and get that tape. He had the private eye
had a
there. He
backup.
had Howard
right, yes.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had everybody he needed
Definitely.
for witnesses. It was a perfect storm, and Jimmy just fell for it. His
Just
heartstrings
they-
just fell
Emotional,
for it.
yeah.
That can make you so sick. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, Chuck, not even talking about his disease, but mentally he's breaking down because he doesn't want to hear that. But, like, he's going crazy. He really is. To be that obsessed to prove that you're right. Like, to be that crazy about it. And it's going to ruin your brother's career, his life. But you have to teach him a lesson. And again, I know Chuck is in the right. But just put yourself in that predicament. Like you have a younger brother in this case, who has some issues, but he's a real good-hearted guy, and he makes mistakes, and he tries to do it for the right reason. Would you really go out of your way obsessively to like make an elaborate plan to ruin other people's like jobs, like Ernie, and
That's right,
really
yeah.
just screw around with people just
That's
to prove a
wrong.
point to him and take it as far as making sure he gets disbarred, to make sure that he gets arrested and stuff like that, to really dig it to him, to be like, so you did me wrong and no one could ever do me wrong because I'm right and you're wrong and I'm better than you.
That's right. Yeah,
So that's what gets to me. And again,
Yes.
Like
And
that.
I
Oh my
also
gosh.
think on that line that if Chuck treated Jimmy differently, Jimmy would have been just up there on the bar with Chuck as far as being on the straight and narrow. I really think with some TLC from Chuck
yeah.
all along,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy probably
He
would
might
have
have
been
made
on
him
the
this
up
way.
and up.
That's right.
Who knows?
And
You're
with
right.
him knocking him down all the time, he's thinking that, okay, well, I am,
Yeah, how
I'm
how
going
Chuck
to be.
thinks of him,
strip
this is
mall
I
how
agree.
it
like,
be.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And that's actually a big debate with our channel too, with our fans saying about how did Jimmy start this whole thing? Did Chuck, since they were younger? Because they both go back and forth all the time. And it's true. So Jimmy might have had a little bit of this in him, but with true guidance and true support, he probably would have been way better than
Yes,
what he
and
does
Chuck
now.
always putting him
Because
down,
he
too.
he is very smart.
That's right.
They're both very
crafty,
smart.
Yeah.
And I love
That's
the
right.
whole court, like how he was just talking about, like, oh God, like, yeah, we were surprised that he was able to, make it this far and be a lawyer. And yeah, so very
That's right,
great. Wow. And how they did that. And so I totally think Jimmy won that.
And I do feel bad for Chuck, because when there were scenes by himself, he was very sensitive to electricity and batteries. Remember, he took the tong and he was by himself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like, he wasn't looking over his shoulder. Oh, someone's looking, you know. He is thinking that he has this disease. He really thinks he has it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, when you
so that
believe
also
something like
shows that he has a mental problem, because
And
it's not a real thing.
that's you know, disheartening that he doesn't actually
really
see
believes
that.
it.
Yeah.
Like, no one's calling him out on that.
Just convinced himself so much, and he's so smart. And we were even debating that in the beginning of the show, where we're like, okay, well, you try to believe
he's playing him.
And there are a lot of diseases that aren't even known yet, and unfortunately don't get discovered till later on, and then all these people have suffered for it. But it could be a true thing, so I try to be open-minded. But from what we've been seeing with this is that when he doesn't see it, it's not there, kind of thing. So when he is mentally aware of it, that's when he's like, oh my God, I'm getting, because he's overthinking it, and he knows the breakdown of all of these electrical currents are affecting me in this way, and they're so close, and this one's a stronger battery. So he's just reacting because he knows all the inner workings of it. So his own intelligence is against him at like overthinking all this stuff that's not there. So that was a great test, which we've seen since the beginning of the show too.
And we have seen it, yes, because when he was hospitalized the first time.
That's where I was going, yes. And she even turned on the bed again. He wasn't even aware. And she was like, see. But Jimmy was always so supportive about that, no matter what. He was there for his brother first. He never thought he was crazy. His brother. Although Jimmy knew that wasn't the case, but he was always very supportive.
Yeah.
You know, so he is a great brother for that, but it's just terrible on what happened. So we'll see what happens next.
Yeah.
I want to apologize too, guys, because Dad is doing good, but if you're watching our full reaction, maybe even on the fair use version, during this episode, he was hacking up a lot, and I felt so terrible because he's all the way across the house in Mom's house, but when he gets into those episodes, he just can't stop, and he's okay. Like, we do take breaks sometimes during our full reactions, and Mom did a checkup on him, and he was fine. But he has to do breathing exercises and stuff.
When he does his breathing treatment, it opens up his
nebulizer.
lungs.
Yes, it does.
Bronchioles, and he just has to cough it out.
Yeah, and it's
usually in the afternoon, so we're sorry.
Yeah,
but he's fine.
And that's usually when we watch Better Call Saul and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So it's like, oh no. But yeah, so he means well, and you know, we love him. So anyways, I feel bad that you guys probably heard that a lot during this reaction. It's not normal that we always hear that, but sometimes he just has an episode. So hopefully it didn't distract you guys. And also to let you know, we're not ignoring him. Like, we totally
we're not ignoring him.
Yeah. And we take a lot of breaks during certain reactions. Always check to make sure he's okay. I mean, like we used to when we were together in the same room, but now like Mom always checks up on him, and so it's good. And you have more ears too when we're doing this, so we can all hear on your side, like if Dad needs help or something. And he wears a little button around his neck, so he could always press to alert you.
Yes, he has an alert.
Sounds like a doorbell.
Yeah.
He pushes
we used to have that in our main studio when we were all together before the pandemic, and that would go off sometimes. And he was always okay, but he would actually get like roll over or something or forget and just hit it by accident.
That's right, yeah.
Which is a better scenario to be in, so we'd run over and check up on him. Yeah. So all is good, and thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you again, Jerron, for all these wonderful gifts. If you guys ever send us stuff on our actual address, which is below in the description box, we will show it on the channel. So this is really awesome. Thank you so much. And any letters, if you want us to read it out loud, let us know in the letter, because I know some are kind of personal, but they're very sweet letters. So thank you guys for sending us stuff. It really means a lot. Please ring that bell. Please subscribe, and we'll see you very soon as always. Be safe, guys.
Bye.